Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophetic Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning WordPress Metabox tutorial for beginners and this is our part 2. In this video session guys, we will discuss about introduction of add metabox WordPress functions and its parameter. We will register some of the metaboxes to our page section, post section as well as custom post type page, and also we will see that about the action hook, that is add metaboxes WP dashboard setup, and also we will see the action hook for our custom post type, that is add metaboxes underscore custom post name. And also guys, if you are a beginner to this channel, then please don't forget to subscribe and keep watching our previous video sessions and playlist of Online Web Tutor. So in our previous video session guys, we had discussed about the introduction of WordPress Metabox tutorial. Okay, so in that video session also we have discussed about the add metabox function. Okay, so add metabox is a WordPress function which basically used to register our metaboxes to our WordPress setup, but we need an action hook to call this function, and now we need to attach the function called add metaboxes. This is the action hook we need to call, and inside that callback function we need to define this function. Okay, what I mean, just go to browser and if you type add metabox WordPress, you will get two links, that is developers.wordpress.org and the second, that is codex.wordpress.org. You can click any of the link. So just I'm clicking on this first link. Okay, so just I'm going that. This is page for the second link. So this is the link for the first link. Okay, developers.wordpress.org. So in this documentation guys, you can find that about the add metaboxes parameters. Basically add metabox is a WordPress function which basically adds a metabox to one or more screens. Here screens means the post section page, pages section page as well as the custom post type page. Okay, all these are called the screen sections. So by the help of these add metabox function guys, we can add our metabox to our WordPress setup. About the parameters of add metabox guys, you can study all the documentations actually provided by developers.wordpress.org. Okay, for the simplicity purpose guys, for the simplicity section, I have actually simplified that definition right here. Okay, so basically add metabox function accepts some of the parameters called ID, title, callback, page, context, priority and the callback arguments. Okay, if you go to the documentation section, as we can see that ID, title, callback, screen here is something we need called page. Okay, to understand better, and this is context, priority and callback function arguments. Okay, so just go to simplified definition. So this is a WordPress function which will take the first parameter as ID. So basically ID is the unique ID given to every metabox, means each and every metabox in WordPress has a unique ID. So we need to define the first parameter is the ID of that metabox. Second, the title is the title displayed in the custom metabox. If you go to administrator panel, this is a WordPress setup that we have installed, and this is latest version of WordPress called 4.9.8. Just clicking on post section, click on add new, and as we can see that this is the title called format, this is the title called categories, this is the title called tags, this is the title called featured image. So these are called the title section of metabox. Third parameter of add metabox function is about the callback function. Basically the callback function is execute to operate the functionality or to implement the functionality of that metabox. Okay, by default as we can see that this is a tag metabox, this is a featured metabox, but now we can see the appearance of this featured image to our administrator panel. Why? Because it is by its callback function. Okay, so when we register our add metabox, then at that time we need a callback function to make our appearance of that metabox to post section, pages section or any of the custom post type. Okay, so this was our third parameter, that is callback function. Basically this is responsible to execute to run our metabox to WordPress setup. Next parameter of add metabox is something called page. Basically this page represents the admin page on which the add metabox means metabox will be displayed on. Basically as we can see that these are the screens called posts, called pages or any of the custom post type. Okay, so basically at what screen we want to appear our metabox, we need to specify that within this page parameter, within this page section. So basically page represents the admin page on which the metabox will be displayed on. It can be either page, post or any of the custom post type that we will register to our WordPress post. Okay, Next parameter is something called context. Context represents the position of the meta box. It can be normal, advanced or side. If you go to administrator panel, as we can see that these are the meta boxes actually appearing at the side. Okay, so basically these are the positions of the meta box at this WordPress page. Okay, so basically it will represents the position actually where we want to be meta box will be appear. Okay, by default, if you go to the documentation section, by default the context is advanced. Okay, we can change either it is normal, either it is side. Priority parameter defines gives the priority of this context. Means if we suppose we have made our add meta box position and we have said called context equal to side. So now by running that code, actually our meta box should appear at this position, means at this side section. But now what is the priority of our meta box? We want that it should be at the top of this section. It should be at the top of this section. So basically bypassing the priority parameter, priority is the position of the box inside the context, and context is here something like that. We want to be appear called normal, advanced or side. So what will be the priority of that context? It will be decided by this priority. We can pass either high, core, default or low. So by default the priority has the value called default. Okay, and the last parameter, that is callback args. This means that our callback function arguments is used to pass arguments to our callback function. So this is the very basic syntax about add meta box and about these parameters. Okay, so we will see about these parameters all in action in this video session. So just back to editor, and this is the WordPress setup, guys. Actually I have imported this project WP Metabox to my NetBeans. Okay, so just go to WP add content section, plugin inside, and inside this plugin, guys, what we are going to do, we are going to make a plugin. Which basically registers the Metabox to our pages section, post sections as well as for the custom post type. Okay, so inside this plugin folder, let me make a folder called OWT Metabox. Okay, so just press enter. Inside this file, let's make a file called plugin main file, that is wp owt, let's say metabox.php. so this file will be our plugin main file. So here we have to specify some of the comments for our plugin introduction. So behind the scene, guys, I have some introduction of this plugin, so just I'm going to paste it here. And now as we can see that we have inside this comment section, we have a plugin name something called WP OWT Metabox, and description. This is a simple plugin for the purpose of learning about WordPress Metaboxes, and version is 1.0.0. about author, that is online web tutor. You can specify all these parameters according to your use or according to your need. Okay, so by the help of this plugin, guys, we are going to register our Metabox for the pages, for the post, and now also for the custom post type. So if you go to administrator panel, and now inside this plugin section, just may check that. Just click on plugin section, and here is the plugin. As we can see that WP OWT Metabox. Just I'm clicking on activate button. So successfully our plugin is activated now. Okay, so just back to editor, and let's define a function called function WPL OWT, and let's say register Metabox. Okay, this is a function that we have made, which is basically responsible to create our meta boxes. And finally we need to attach with the action hook. Okay, so basically add action, and remember, guys, we have discussed about the action hook, something called add meta boxes. Okay, so just make a copy of that, go to editor and paste inside the first parameter, which is add action, and the second parameter we need to pass this the callback function. Just I'm going to pass that, save this file. So just I'm going to use to create the Metabox at the pages, at this pages section. Okay, so first of all, guys, we are going to create our Metabox for this pages section. Okay, so just go to documentation section, click on this function name, go to editor and paste inside this callback function. So first we are going to create for the pages section. So let's say that add Metabox, first parameter we need to pass the ID of that. So let's say that OWT page ID. The second, that we need to pass the title of that Metabox. So let's say that OWT page Metabox. Okay, third parameter that we need to pass is something called callback function. If you go to that parameters detail, and now as we can see that this is the callback function. Okay, so just I'm going to editor and let's pass that WPL OWT this is pages, this is called function. About the next parameter guys, we need to pass something called at what screen we are going to appear this meta box. So now we are going to appear this meta box on our pages section. So we need to pass called page. Either it should be page, post, or the custom post type. Okay, so we want that our meta box should appear on this page. Okay, means in this pages section because it's a page type. Okay, so just go to the editor and let's say that page and what actually context we want to show our meta box, that is called this is the side section. This is called the side section, and now underneath of this YMCG editor called the normal position. Okay, so let's pass that normal. Okay, so let's say normal, and now the priority of this context, so let's say that default. Okay, or let's say that high. Okay, so if we save this file, just go to browser, refresh that page, and now as we can see that this is the meta box that we have registered. It is also draggable, called OWT page meta box. So remember guys, we have to pass some of the parameters inside this add meta box, and also finally after passing these parameters, this function actually attached with this callback function called add meta boxes. Successfully we have registered our add meta box at our pages section. But also remember guys, we need to define this callback function. So about this callback function in detail we will see in our later video session. Okay, so basically about this video session, the basic concern is that how can we register our meta box to the page section, post, and the custom post type. So this is the pages section where we have seen. So for the post section, just I'm going to enter that, and let's say that for the post, add meta box, this is the function that we have to include, add meta box. First parameter we need to pass called the ID. So let's say OWT post ID. Okay, because we are going to register our meta box to the post section. If we go to the post section, just click on that, click on add new, and now we have no meta box registered so far with our OWT custom meta box. Okay, so let's say that this is, let's say OWT post meta box. Okay, finally we need to define a callback function. About these callback functions guys, we will see in our next video sessions. Okay, so this is called post, and let's say define this is the function. Okay, now it is for the screen of post. Okay, we have to pass this is the post because we are going to display our meta box to the post type. Okay, so now this parameter should be post, and our position, let's say position should be side because we want to display our meta box at this side section instead of this normal section. Okay, so side, and now we want that by default let's pass the default priority. Okay, so if we save this file, refresh this page, and now as we can see that if we scroll down, this is the meta box that we have registered called OWT post meta box. As we can see that our meta box that we have made is appear at the last position of this index. So what value we have to pass to make the priority as the first position? Okay, so just go to editor, and now remember guys, about the priority section we need to pass called the high to set the position of our context. Okay, so successfully we have set our context to the right side, to this side. So we want this position should be at the high position. Okay, so just back to editor, let's say apart from this default, let's pass the high value. Okay, just change from default to high. If we refresh this page, now as we can see that OWT post meta box is now appeared at the first position of this side. Successfully guys, we had seen about the add meta boxes registration to our pages section as well as to the post section. Okay, so let's back to editor, and now we have to see that how can we register this meta boxes, add meta boxes means custom meta boxes, to our custom post type. Okay, so for that we need to register our custom post type first. Okay, so just back to browser, and this is the documentation guys actually for the register post type function. It is the WordPress function basically used to register our custom post type to our WordPress panel. Okay, so just scroll down. WordPress provides a small example to register our post type, so just scroll down, and this is the code that I am going to copy. Okay, this is the basic example to register any custom post type at our WordPress site. Okay, so just I'm copying that, go to a plugin section, and let's say that we are going to register our post type. So I'm going to paste it here. So let's say that WPL OWT, just remove codex from here, and custom init, and this is for custom post type. Okay, for CPT, just make copy this callback function name and pass inside this init action hook. This is init action hook responsible to create this post type. And basically this function contains a function. This is the WordPress function called register post type, basically used to register our post. Okay, and now it will register our book post type to our WordPress panel. Okay, so if we save this, go to our browser, just refresh this administrator panel, and now as we can see that this book section is now registered by using custom post type methods. So just click on this book section, and now here is no books list created for now. I am going to create add new, and as we can see that no post type actually registered for now. Also there is no metabox registered for this post type. If you want to register all the default metaboxes for this WordPress post type, go to documentation, and now you can study that we have to pass called a support section. If we copy this support section, go to our post type, and now we have to pass inside there. So just pass. I'm going to paste it here. It will actually make all the default post types, default metaboxes for this custom post type. Okay, so if I save and just reload this page, now as we can see that all the default metaboxes actually appearing for this post type. Okay, so now we are going to register our custom metabox for this post type as well. So just back to editor. Let's say that add metabox, and finally we need to pass called OWT custom post type ID. Let's say OWT book. This is custom post type name, and this is metabox. Okay, so this is title. Callback function we need to pass. Let's say OWPL OWT, and let's say book function. Okay, in the next parameter guys, we need to pass the context name, the screen name. So basically if you go to the documentation study, now this parameter actually says about page section. It represents the admin page where the metabox will be displayed on. So it can be page, it can be post, or custom post type. So what we have to pass right here, so inside this we have to pass the custom post type name, and this is the custom post type name because we have registered with this name. Okay, by the help of register post type guys, we have registered this post, and now this is the name that we have given to this post type. So just I'm going to copy this book name, go to here and paste it here. Finally we need to pass the context, and let's say that side. Next parameter, let's say we want at the high position. So successfully we have integrated our custom metabox to this custom post type also. If we save this file, and let's say that within this comment section, this is for custom post type. Okay, so if we save this file, reload this page, and now as we can see that OWT metabox has been registered. Also we have some alternative ways to register our metabox to our custom post type. What are those alternatives? So just back to editor, and let's make another function for that. So let's say function WPL OWT register metabox for our custom post type. Okay, so let's make a function, and now we have to attach action hook for that. Let's say add action. As basically guys, we need to use some different metabox, some different action hooks for this custom post type registration for our custom post type. Okay, so just go to slides. If you remember that this is the thing that we have to use as the action hook, just I'm going to copy, go to editor and paste inside this first parameter. So basically we need to pass here the custom post type name, which is basically for the book type. And the second parameter we need to pass the callback function. Okay, so if we save, let's make cut from here, just cut this code from here and paste inside this function. Okay, so remember in this condition guys, we have used called add metaboxes, same as here, but underscore custom post type name. Okay, so if we save this file, again go to our custom post type, let's reload this page, and now as we can see that output is expected will be the same. Okay, so this is the alternative way to guys to register our metabox for the custom post type. So guys, I think that by the help of this video session guys, we have discussed about the add meta boxes in great detail, where we have seen about the add meta box function, about their parameters, about this add meta boxes action hook, as well as add meta boxes underscore custom post type means action hook. And also we have registered our add meta box to our pages section, post section, as well as for the custom post type. Okay, so in our next video session guys, we will discuss about that how can we register our meta box to our dashboard page. For now, as in this video session guys, we have not registered any of the meta box to this means WordPress panel. So something different in this condition we have to do. We have to use some different action hook. We need to use some different functions to attach our custom meta box to this page. Okay, so now if you go to slides, we have discussed about the parameters about this function. We have discussed about that how can we register to page, post, as well as custom post type, and also we have discussed about the action hook called add meta boxes, and now add meta boxes underscore custom post type. Okay, so from the next video session guys, we will discuss about the WP dashboard setup. This is the action hook that we will use to register our custom meta box to the dashboard page. So for this video session guys, if you have any query, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.